Welcome back to AG Chelsea TV. This is a YouTube channel for news, stories, and analysis surrounding Chelsea Football Club. I will update new video every day. Like, subscribe and turn on notifications to support me. Chelsea sets price to sell Kepa. Real Madrid have taken Kepa Arrizabalaga on loan from Chelsea this season, with the Blues finally managing to shift their £80 million error, at least for the next 9 months. The problem is that unless Madrid buy him, the problem boomerangs back next summer. Football London report that we've given Madrid a £21.5 million asking price for them to buy the goalkeeper outright, an option we'd clearly like them to take up, but thinking they're going to pay that is just unrealistic. Thibaut Courtois will be back fit before long, and behind him Madrid are happy to have youth products or free transfer veterans on the bench. They do still spend big money now and again, but Madrid's transfer policy is actually very smart and very frugal overall, and signing £20 million goalkeepers is just not something they do. All we can hope is that Kepa performs well and that another team with more money and less sense coughs up. Pochettino will have next Frank Lampard and John Terry. The Blues have spent huge this summer transfer window bringing in the likes of Moises Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, and Christopher Nkunku, but have yet to hit form under new boss Pochettino. Pochettino says that while he may have the next Lampard and Terry in his squad, they need time to develop. He sees the project as a different one to previous jobs at Tottenham and Southampton. That is a different project, said Pochettino after criticism from ex-Blues goalkeeper Asmir Begovic, who said the Argentine has no world-class players in his group. A different circumstance, and now we cannot compare with the past. I think it's not fair. It's a different Chelsea. Today maybe we have the potential of Lampard or Terry or Drogba, but still, they are young. They need to prove they have this potential. Chelsea in the past is about winning. We need to accelerate all the processes because Chelsea is still about winning. We want to win, but the process is completely different than in the past because the club has a different approach and philosophy. We have a young squad. We have very talented players who need time to perform. We need to take care how we evolve and how we develop. Chelsea are a young goal machine. The Blues are still struggling up front and will likely look to invest in further options to take the pressure off Nicolas Jackson. One person we're starting to see linked more and more in recent days is Santiago Jimenez of Feyenoord. The 22-year-old Mexico international was linked to a few Premier League clubs this summer, but stayed put in the Netherlands, where he's continued his fine form from last season. He would be a much cheaper option than current favourite Ivan Toney of Brentford, although the reason for that is that Toney is Premier League proven, while Jimenez only has 1 season playing in Europe under his belt. Still, with 40 career league goals and 4 for Mexico by the age of 22, he looks a top prospect, and, if we don't take the plunge, it seems likely someone else will. No negotiations between Chelsea and Man City for world-class academy star. There are some players which it would really hurt to lose. Mason Mount was one, N'Golo Kante would have been another, had he not effectively reached the end of his career with us. Of the current squad, despite the injuries, there's no doubting that Rhys James would be top of the list. He's homegrown and world-class. What more could you ask for than that? So rumours this summer that Manchester City were interested were enough to make us panic a little. Losing him would be bad, but to a dominant City would be even worse. The good news is that Fabrizio Romano has rather shut all the rumours down with his latest exclusive column for Court Offside. Romano wrote, "There were rumours circulating this week that Man City have an interest in Chelsea's Rhys James, and to be honest, I've never heard anything about this transfer. There are no negotiations, no concrete talks or anything happening at the moment. Also, James is now the new Chelsea captain and he signed a long-term deal 1 year ago. Therefore, the situation is very quiet around him as Man City have never opened talks over a deal for James. Things change fast in football, so we can't feel safe forever, but with the captain's armband on him, we do feel a little more secure that Rhys is sticking around now." Malo Gusto explains decision to join Chelsea. In January 2023, Chelsea signed the France U21 international for a total of €40 million. He did, however, spend the final 6 months of the previous season on loan at Lyon. Even though he played 61 times for OL, many were shocked that he decided to join Chelsea given the competition from Rhys James and his relative inexperience. With James now injured, Gusto has had the spot of right back on lockdown. He also talked about the reaction of the Lyon fans after his departure. When asked about his decision to go into direct competition with James, he said, "I'm not stupid or crazy. I knew before coming that Rhys James is one of the best players in his position. We get on very well. He talks to me a lot. We are in a big club. There must be good players in each position. The reason I chose Chelsea is because I have a plan. I know what I'm doing. When asked about the reaction of Lyon fans to academy graduates leaving the club, the Chelsea defender said, "Unfair, I don't know. All I want to say is that it hurts. We are young people, we grew up in Lyon, and we have always loved the club despite what people may believe. When I, Costello, and Bradley leave, it responds to a plan, an ambition. It's nothing against OL at all." Bayern plotting new move for Chelsea defender. New manager Mauricio Pochettino has endured a difficult start to life in West London, with the Blues having picked up just 4 points from their opening 4 Premier League games so far. Last time out, Chelsea were beaten 1-0 by Nottingham Forest at Stamford Bridge, and the Argentine will therefore be hoping that they can return to winning ways against the Cherries. In the meantime, it appears that German champions Bayern Munich could soon revive their interest in one of Chelsea's defenders. As per Football Insider, Bayern could make another move to sign Trevoh Chalobah in the upcoming January transfer window. The Bundesliga champions were interested in signing Chalobah over the summer, with manager Thomas Tuchel said to be an admirer of the Englishman, having coached him during his time in London. Chalobah, 24, is a product of Chelsea's academy and established himself in the first team under Tuchel, having previously spent time on loan at Lorient, Ipswich Town, and Huddersfield Town. The defender has now made 63 appearances for the Blues across all competitions. Last season, he played 33 times as Chelsea struggled, but he is yet to feature so far this term due to injury. Over the summer, Bayern and Chelsea were in negotiations over a potential move for the player, but they were ultimately unable to reach an agreement, and he therefore stayed put. Chelsea have signed Benoit Badiashile and Axel Disasi, both from Monaco, since January, which has limited Chalobah's first-team opportunities at Stamford Bridge. He is contracted to the club until 2028, having signed an extension last year, but it remains to be seen whether or not he will remain in London until then. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.